Hello, I am Ryuki Tanaka, also known as OfficialRyu, and I'm the author and illustrator of Shugeki Lancer, and I also play the main character Kyoya Yarizaki. I think the most enjoyable part about voicing Kyoya is whenever he has his emotional moments, whether that's passion towards a certain enemy, or maybe it's sadness he feels. And that's definitely the most enjoyable parts, just because he is such a monotone and down-to-earth character. So those more expressive scenes are definitely, they stand out for sure. I'd say to a certain degree, I am similar to Kyoya. In fact, there is a few similarities, both visually and on the inside as well. So, when it comes to visual similarities, we both have black hair and brown eyes and things like that. But when it comes to more like personality, I feel like I'm definitely not as monotone as Kyoya, of course, but I do have a very passive side where, I find it easier to talk when other people talk first or things like that. And, I've been told in the past that sometimes I'm a little bit hard to approach because, I don't have that energetic aura, if that makes any sense. So I guess we are kind of similar in those types of situations. I also used to play table tennis back in high school. Obviously not as skilled as the characters in this series, but I definitely had a lot of fun with that, and that's probably what led to some of these cool ideas when it comes to some of the special moves and things like that. I think it's some of the more expressive scenes, and like I mentioned before, they do stand out compared to more of his monotone stuff, but the issue with that is I have to figure out if it's still consistent within his character voice, or if it's just, if it just sounds like a completely different character. So I think that might be the hardest part about voicing his character, and doing his more serious and monotone voice as well for if I'm recording a few episodes at a time. That can actually wear me out a little bit, I guess, because, it is me forcing out, a deeper, more airy voice, I guess, if that makes any sense. My favorite chapter to record so far, I mean, there's been so many highlights when it comes to Kyoga, and, we're only 8 episodes in. I think my favorite was probably chapter 7, with Tatsuya talking about his backstory and all that, and Kyoya was getting very expressive. And, there were definitely a few moments in that episode which I really felt like I was, making Kyoya's character feel a bit more deeper. He had his moments when he was a bit more passionate talking to Tatsuya, and then near the end of the chapter, he was feeling down because he was injured and, he couldn't participate in the training and things like that. So that was a really fun side of the character to actually play. And, as I mentioned before, it was very much testing whether or not I could be more expressive and still stay in character. So that was a lot of fun. My favorite quote, there is a lot when it comes to Kyoya, just because he has been very relevant in these first, the first batch of chapters at least. I think Kyorya's pretty good at doing one-liners, whether that's before a match or, the last thing that's been said before the episode ends, or something like that. Like, the whole "I am the second piercing lancer," that's a good one. Or, the time where he's taking on Nanjo, where he says something like, "one arm is all I need to, take you on," kind of thing. So I think those types of lines are definitely my favorite, which, make the viewer get hyped up for what's about to happen, I guess. Of course, doing the special attack names, that's a bit of fun as well, I have to mention. But you know what, I think my favorite quote is probably at the end of episode 1, where he says that line introducing himself saying, "I am his younger brother, Kyoya Yarizaki. I am the second piercing lancer." And it's like, that's probably my favorite one. Looking back 5-10 years down the line, wherever Shugeki Lancer goes, I feel like this will be a moment to really come back to and, feel a bit nostalgic towards. I'm very excited going forward with this project, not only with the character of Kyoya Yarizaki, but actually me writing it. Because I have a ton of ideas, and even with the voice adaptation, it is quite far behind. So there is a few scenes here and there that have already been written where I'm like, I can't wait to voice that and things like that. But obviously, for spoiler reasons, I'm not going to be mentioning them here. But for sure, I'm very excited going forward with Kyoya's character. I think he can grow. I think he's still a young, naive character. He thinks he can take everyone on, but we'll have to see. There's going to be a lot of challenges he's going to have to overcome. So thank you so much for listening in on this short interview video, and there will be new interview videos as the episodes come along. So it'll be kind of like a double upload. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. Thank you so much for all the support with the voice dub as well as the web manga, and I hope you can enjoy the series going forward.